Hazretlerinin aziz, pak, münevver, mutahhar ruh şereflerine, salavat-ı şerife getirenlerin ahir ve akıbetleri hayrola. Âl-i ezvacı tahret evladı Resul-i Sabgizin efendilerimizin, sair enbiya-i ve Resul-u Kiran hazaratın ervah şereflerine, Pirimiz Bilallah Beş radıyallahu anh efendimizin, mihmandar-ı Resul-i Kibriya Eyüp Sultan Halid bin Zebayü Belensar radıyallahu anh, Şah Mürşidan Şah Hacı Muhammed Bahattin Naksibendi el-Buhari, Mevlana Celaleddin er-Rumi, Mevlana Ziyaddin Halid el-Bağdadi, Sahibu'z-Zaman Kıbletil İslam Şeyh Sultan Mevlana Muhammed Nazım Adel el-Hakkani, SahibulSaif Şeyh Abdulkerim el-Kibrisi er-Rabbani Kaddesallahu ve esrarum haziratın ervahı için, Hademül Harameynü Şerifeyn Yavuz Sultan Selim Han, Ebul Fetvel Maazi Fatih Sultan Mehmet Han ve Serdar Hakan Sultan Abdülhamid Han cennet mekan, Firdevs-i Aşiyan haziratına, ervahına ve avn-ı inayetine, alel husus bu caminin banisi ve bugüne kadar içerisinden gelmiş geçmiş, İmam Müezzin Kayyım ve cemaatinin ve kahve ehli imanın ervahı için, Allah rızası için El Fatiha. Euzubillahimineşşeytanirracim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. İnnallâhe ve melâiketehu yusallûne alen-nebî. Ya eyyühellezîne âmenû sallu aleyhi ve sellimû teslîmâ. Allahümme salli ala seyyidina Muhammed ve ala ali seyyidina Muhammed. Allahu Ekber, Allahu Ekber, Allahu Ekber, Allahu Ekber. Eşhedü en la ilahe illallah, eşhedü en la ilahe illallah, eşhedü enne Muhammeden Resulullah, eşhedü enne Muhammeden Resulullah. Hayya ale's-salah, hayya ale's-salah, hayya alel-felah, hayya alel-felah. Allahu Ekber, Allahu Ekber, la ilahe illallah.
La ilahe illallah, seyyidina Mevlana Muhammed Resulullah sallallahu aleyhi ve sellem. Elhamdülillah, elhamdülillah, elhamdülillahi Rabbil alemin. Ve salatu ve selamu ala Resulina Muhammedin ve ala alihi ve sahbihi ecmain. Nahmedullah Teala ve nasafir eşhedü en la ilahe illallah vahdehu la şerike leh. Eşhedü enne seyyidina Muhammeden abduhu ve habibuhu ve resuluhu. Sallallahu aleyhi ve ala alihi ve ezvacihi ve ashabi tabi khulafen raşidin mahadin min ba'di. وزريمتي على تحقيق أعزز منه علامتي خلفاء رسول على تحقيق أمر المؤمنين حضرة أبو بكر وعمر عثمان وعلي وعلى بقية صحابة التابعين رضوان الله تعالى عليهم أجمعين يا أيها المؤمنون الحاضرون اتقوا الله تعالى فإن الله مع الذين اتقوا والذين هم محسنون. الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين سيدنا مولانا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. All praises are due to Allah, Lord of the universes. All praises are due to Allah, the first, the last, the manifest, the hidden, the one who has might and power over all things. All praises are due to Allah, who says in the Holy Quran, in the Surah Al-Maryam, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, there is none in the heavens and the earth but that he comes unto the most merciful as a servant. Truly he knows them and numbers them with right numbering. And each one of them will come to him on the day of judgment alone. Truly those who believe and do good works, the most merciful will appoint for them love. And we make this Quran easy on your tongue, only that you may give good news to the muttaqin and give warnings to a hostile people. And how many a generation before them have we destroyed? can you see a single one of them or hear from them even a whisper? Sadaqallah al-Azim. May all peace and blessings be upon the Sultan of creation, Sayyidina Maulana Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam. Holy Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam is saying, without doubt, the person who reads the most salawat will be able to pass the stages of difficulty and anxiety on the day of judgment as quickly as possible. Allahumma salli wa Sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. May peace and blessings be upon him and upon his noble family and upon his blessed companions. May peace and blessings be upon the four Khulafa Rashidin, Hazrati Abu Bakr Siddiq, Hazrati Umar Faruq, Hazrati Osman al-Ghani and Hazrati Ali al-Murtaza, and all those who follow them until the last day. May peace and blessings be upon the Mashayikh of this noble Nakshibendi way, the guardians of the prophetic secret. May peace and blessings be upon the Ottoman Sultans who preserved and guarded the Shariat and Sunnah for 800 years. May Allah love those who love them, and may Allah disgrace those who hate them. Ya ayyuhal mu'minun, O believers. One of the companions of the Holy Prophet ﷺ is saying in a Hadith Sharif that the Holy Prophet was standing in prayer for so long that his feet became swollen. They said to him, truly Allah has pardoned you for what came before and what is going to come. And the Holy Prophet ﷺ replied, shouldn't I be a thankful servant? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given and He has created everything for us. He is saying in Surah Al-Ibrahim, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, if you were to count the favors of Allah, never would you be able to number them. But truly, man is highly unjust, very ungrateful. Sadaqallah al-Azim. And the word that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is using for ungratefulness is kafura, showing that rejecting thankfulness and being ungrateful, that is the sign of kufr. Sultan al-Awliya Shaykh Maulana Muhammad Nazim Adil al-Hakkani Qadasasir is telling us the reality of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's words when He talks about ungrateful servants in the Quran. Shaykh Maulana is saying, Allah Almighty wants shukr from His servants to at least say, Ya Rabbi, shukr, thank you for the blessings you granted, for the favors you granted. Many thanks. Say this, say at least once in 24 hours. Say, O my Lord, many thanks for the blessings you granted. O our most exalted Lord, Allah Almighty is complaining in the Holy Quran. He says, very few of my servants are thankful. Shame on us. Shame on us that the Lord Almighty is complaining about us. He says, very few of my servants are thankful. Shame on us. Only shukr. I created them, granted them all kinds of blessings. They are not even praying at least 2 rakats of shukr, thanking me through one word. Shukr sounds nice to me. If they prayed 2 rakats of shukr, I would take away all the troubles from them. But very few of my servants are thankful, says the most exalted Lord. The words of the friends of Allah, they are the tafsir of the Quran Karim. Shaykh Maulana is showing us that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is complaining about the ungratefulness of mankind, and that Allah, that Rabbul Alameen, He is giving everything to us and He is asking in return only thanks. Our Shaykh, SahibulSaif, Shaykh Abdulkerim al-Kibrisi Rabbani Qadallah is saying, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala could have just said, I have created you as man, And I've given you intelligence. Every mistake you do, you get this much punishment. And every good thing you do, you get this much reward. It will not change. But He is changing. He is not changing the rewards, but He is changing the punishments. So the most merciful one, we must look. Then He is saying to us, do you think that I deserve to be worshipped? Then do. Anything we do in this world, there is a price. But Allah is not asking price from us. He is saying to us, be a thankful servant. I gave you all this, be thankful to me. What does Allah want from us? He is saying to us, be thankful servants. Come and just prostrate. Make the sajda, and that sajda is good for you. That sajda is also for you, for your health. All these obligations that I'm putting on you, they are for you. What is a sajda? Sajda is not just an action of putting your forehead to the ground. Sajda is submission and obedience to Allah, to His mercy and to His laws. Sajda is the act that shows I am a servant and you are my master. What is the work of the servant outside of the prayer? It is to perform service. Service, hizmat. Is Allah demanding service and hizmat from us? No. He's saying the service, do it to yourselves. Do it to each other. Do it to all of creation that I've created for you to find me. Do that all for my sake, and you will find me and you will find love. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He is speaking to the family of Dawood alayhi salam in the Holy Quran, saying, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, do work, O family of Dawood, out of thankfulness. But few of my servants are grateful. Our Shaykh, SahibulSaif, is teaching us to do work. Not because we are afraid of the punishment, not because we want the rewards, but He's telling us to do work because that is a sign that we are thankful to Allah, and that is a sign that Allah is accepting our gratitude. Shaykh Efendi is saying, the Holy Prophet ﷺ is saying to us in one hadith, Allah has hidden His liking and His pleasure in the good deeds that you are doing. Meaning, He is hiding the good deed that will earn His pleasure among the good deeds that you are doing. Is Allah going to be pleased because you pray 5 times a day? Or is He going to be pleased because as you are walking in the street, you see a stone and you move it aside so that no one is going to fall on it? You don't know. You don't know which action you are going to do that is going to please Allah. And Allah is going to be happy with you. That is why the Holy Prophet ﷺ is saying that Allah is hiding it. So whatever comes in front of you, it is, if it is a good action, then a believer is going to run to do it. Maybe in this action Allah is going to be pleased with me. Never is there going to be an end to it because it is hidden and you are not going to know. So until the angel of death comes, you're going to run, moving and doing things for the sake of Allah. And the more things you do for the sake of Allah, the more pleasure you're going to get in your heart. The awliya's words are coming from the Holy Prophet's words. Because the Holy Prophet ﷺ also said, once a man was walking on the road and he found a thorny branch and he moved it to the side. Allah appreciated his deed and forgave him. That action was not for Allah. Allah does not need us to do anything. That action is for us again. And this kind of attitude, it makes an individual to become a human being and to become awake in every situation, because a person will realize that in any moment he may be finding the deed that will pull the pleasure of Allah. Our grandfathers had this attitude. This attitude, it is seen in the saying of our Ottoman Ejdad, who said, treat every night like it is Laylatul Qadr. Treat every night like it is the most holy night. And treat every person you meet like he is Hizr alayhi salam. Meaning, give respect to every moment. In every moment, look at what is the possibility of showing your shukr, your servanthood, making hizmah to Allah in that moment. Today's mankind, so many, we have lost this attitude. And for that reason, because they don't look at how to have adab and shukr with Allah in the small moments, they lose the adab and shukr in the big moments. When a person is not opening his eyes in every moment to see where is the action that will pull Allah's pleasure, then slowly the person is going to slip into ghaflat. He's going to slip into heedlessness. And ghaflat is a drunken station where very easily a person can pull Allah's anger. Shaykh Efendi is continuing that hadith of the Holy Prophet ﷺ, and he's saying, and he ﷺ also said, he is hiding his anger inside the sins that you are committing. The anger is also hiding inside the wrong things that you are committing. You do not know which sin you are going to commit, and you're going to get the anger of Allah. You may say to yourself, I committed all these wrong sins and I did not get the anger of Allah. Just then maybe you are going to turn your head to look at something forbidden to you and you may get the anger. So now you have to control yourself. You have to turn back to yourself. You have to try to not do anything then, because getting the anger of Allah is not like getting the anger of your friend or your buddy. If you get your Lord angry with you, then you finish yourself. So that is also hidden. An intelligent man cannot say, oh, let me do this and I'm going to say astaghfirullah later. You may not have the chance to say astaghfirullah. You may not be given the chance. When we are awake and seeking Allah's pleasure, we also are awake to avoid His anger. Holy Prophet ﷺ said, verily servant may speak a single word for which he plunges into the hellfire further than the distance between east and west. We must look out for Allah's pleasure. We must look out for His anger. And we must also take care to look for the ones He loves and to treat them correctly. SahibulSaif is continuing Holy Prophet's words more, saying, and he ﷺ is saying, he has hidden his friends, the awliya Allah, among the people. They may appear to you like one of you, but they are not. They may not speak. They do not have to speak. They do not have to be a sheikh or an imam. No, they do not have to be a muezzin. When they are sitting, you may think that they may not even have tongues, but they might be the friends of Allah. So you have to be careful there more than anything else. If you get that one's anger, then you finish yourself. If you get that one's pleasure, you raise yourself. If you get that one's pleasure, you raise yourself, because everything works according to what is between his two jaws, his tongue. What comes out, it is accepted. We are following this way, and we have to understand these delicate things. Yes, it becomes even more delicate. Now you find that Allah Ta'ala has placed His own pleasure and His own anger in His friends. The way that you treat them, that is showing how you are treating Allah. Today's Muslims will call this strange, but it is not strange. Look to the time of the Sahaba Kiram. Could there be anyone who was treating the Holy Prophet ﷺ badly, but could turn around and say, but I am being a good servant to Allah? It is impossible. The same way, no person can be disrespectful to Allah's friends and pulling their anger, and at the same time, they are pulling Allah's pleasure. And even thanking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for His favors, it is not separated from those He uses to spread His favors on the earth. Prophet is saying, the most grateful of people to Allah are those who are most grateful to people. So it comes back to manners. It comes back to adab. It comes back to being awake and aware. That is why the advice of our grandfathers is golden words for us. Treat every night like Laylatul Qadr, and treat everyone you meet like Hizr alayhi salam. Keep manners in every moment. As Hazrat Yunus Amri Qaddasallahu Sir is saying, adab is a crown from the light of guidance. Wear that crown and be free from every curse. And when we live like that, our life becomes free from curse. Even if our lives were difficult, even if challenges and tests we are seeing every day, but we know what to do and our hearts are free. When we live with adab, we find ourselves in Allah's pleasure. That is why Hazrat Hasan al-Basri radiallahu anh, he is saying, every day in which Allah is not disobeyed is an Eid. Every day the believer spends in obedience to his Mawla and in zikr and in shukr, that day is an Eid. May Allah grant us to spend our days in such a way and to be away from His disobedience and from His anger. We're ending with the words of Sultan Awliya, who said, the way to Allah is in being straight. You must be clean. This can be seen on your face. May you be filled with love and passion, with the love of Allah and the love and longing of His Rasul Kibriya. Your face cannot be ugly. Let's walk on their way. It is the way to paradise. Other ways are the ways of hell. May Allah keep us away from the ways of hell. We are asking for strength. We want energy. We want to learn adab for our Lord's servanthood. Our Prophet was given adab. Our Prophet said, my Lord taught me adab. May we be with the ones who teach the adab of that Sultan. Their sohbat can make us like lions. Those associating donkeys become donkeys. One in the company of a lion becomes a lion. Wa min Allahu tawfiq. Ameen. Astaghfirullah. Astaghfirullah. Astaghfirullah. Astaghfirullah al-azim al-azim. La ilaha illa huwa al-hayyul qayyum. لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له له الملك والحمد لله شيء قدير. لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له له الملك لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له. لا إله إلا أنت سبحانك إني كنت ظالمين. لا إله إلا أنت سبحانك. سبحان قدوس ربنا ربنا. إن الدين عند الله الإسلام. قام الصلاة.